Hello guys, let's have a look at these skulls from Green Stuff World. So what you get in the box is about 100 skulls made of resin. You get 2 of these plates which have about 50, and as you can see there are different types of skulls, different sizes, and with different amounts of damage and different types. So you have some with jawbones and some without jawbones. You also have some lying skulls. So you get about 10 different types, and I think that's a nice thing. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the quality of the material. So Green Stuff World say that they are made of high quality resin, and it's perfect for 25, 28 and 35 millimeter miniatures. Okay, so I'm not a resin expert or anything, but I do think that you can't really say that it's perfect. You can see flaws. I'm just going to try to point them out a little bit. So right here you can see a bubble, and this is also visible right here and in other places. I don't think it's a big problem, and generally you have to do some prepping with all miniatures, and this is nothing that cannot be fixed. So I think essentially that it's no big deal. Okay, so let's look at all that. I guess let's talk about what they can be used for. I think primarily what you would want to use these for is for basing and maybe terrain. If you want to base an army, for example, and want to have skulls on the bases, you could purchase 1 or 2 of these, and you would have enough for an entire army, depending of course on how much you want to use per base. I think it's nice that they have different sizes, because in the fantasy worlds where we have our miniatures, you can have this skull represent maybe a space marine or chaos warrior. This can be a normal person, so can this. And essentially we can have different types of skulls to represent different types of creatures or sizes. This is also a very big skull. And that's nice because it allows you to give a sense of scale. For example, if I were to use it on a Space Marine base, I would use this skull to make the Space Marine appear so much larger. So you can really give a sense of scale by choosing the right skull for the right type of use. Okay, so I will try to put one of these on a base, and I will show you what it can look like just really quickly. So here it is on a 40mm base. I think it looks really good after getting cleaned up. I gave it a very simple paint job, just a base coat and a wash essentially, and then the pigment kind of ties it all together. The base is also really simple and very quickly done. I'll just try to take off this macro lens. You can see a little bit more of it at the same time. What I should have done probably is to glue the skull on first and then put on the basing texture. to make it look a bit more natural, but that's fine. So I think it's nice, what I was talking about before, the sense of scale, that if you put a few of these skulls, dot them around a Space Marine army, you can really give an impression of the size of these warriors. So a quick note, comparing the Green Stuff World skulls with, I think the most obvious comparison would be to the Citadel skulls. So basically, as you can see, you get a lot more stuff in the Citadel version. Many more skulls, just human, but also many different alien skulls. It's obviously also about twice as expensive, but it's also of plastic, which I think is a much nicer material to work with, and generally it's molded better, needs less cleaning, and is essentially just of higher quality. If you have no interest in the alien skulls, you could be persuaded, I think, still to buy the Green Stuff World, but there is a lot of value in the Citadel version compared to the Green Stuff World thing, I think. I bought the Green Stuff World one because I only needed the human skulls, and also because I think scale-wise I liked it a little bit better. But I haven't actually had my hands on the Citadel version, and so I actually couldn't really tell you. I just wanted you guys to see that there is an alternative, and if you're just building up like a bits box or whatever, or don't really know what kind of skulls you want to use, you should definitely make sure to check out both before you buy anything.